Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to catch some carp with a different bait. We are going to use some live worms. We'll see what we can catch today. So what I have got here is a box of nightcrawler worms. Worms are actually a very versatile bait that you can use it to catch freshwater fish, saltwater fish. Carp loves them. So it is a very popular bait that carp anglers use beside corn and bread. Well, in the last few days it has been very wet and cold in Sydney, but it never hurt to try, so let's give this spot a flick and see whether we can catch any carp. Now firstly we have to hook up our worms, of course. So different anglers actually have different preference. Some prefer to actually hook the worms twice. Some prefer hook the worm 3 times. Carp actually feed by sucking from the ground, so they usually prefer some bulky bait. So what I usually do, instead of actually just hook it 2 to 3 times and leave a long tail, I usually would just try to hook a few more times, like probably about 4 times, and just try to bunch it up a little bit. So make it like a very bulky meatball of worms, while you still leave a little bit of a tail hanging and wiggling around to attract the carp. So this is what it should look like at the end. This is how I do it. Unfortunately, as I worried, I've got nothing after a while, so maybe it's time to try a different spot. Sadly, same thing happens in this spot. So I guess we'll call it a day and come back when it is warmer.
3 days later.
Okay, after the very wet weekend, it is a little bit warmer today, so let's see if the fish are out. And just when I thought it is warm and dry, well, this is Australia for ya. At this point, I could actually see a carp breaching right at the other end of the lake, so I'm just casting right in front of it. And fish on. I hope you can actually see how the carp is exploding out of the water. Alright, now a carp on worms. Well, it's a pretty wet day, but never say no to a carp, whatever the weather is. There we go. And here the carp jumps out again. Alright, it gets into the weeds, so I'm gonna let it swim out a little bit. Well, I think I'm gonna get pretty saturated, but I guess it is what it is. I'm not complaining when there is a fish on. Alright, there we go. A carp on worm. I'm a little bit saturated. It's a very rainy day today, but again, a carp is a carp. Here we go, guys. Another episode of carpoon fishing. So I managed to catch a carp with worms eventually. It took me a few days to try. I think it's not about the worms though. I think it's about the weather. It has been very cold and very wet. But if you ask me whether I prefer corn or worms for carp, I probably still prefer corn. At some stage, I may actually make a video about comparing them and see which one will catch a carp faster. But until then, enjoy carping. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.